We're going to create the box today, and we are going to start by creating a new design. And that will have Tinkercad bring us into a new work plane. I'm going to go ahead and just make a square box. You could make it out of almost any shape, but square works pretty well. According to the instructions for the box can be no larger than 50 by 50 millimeters and 40 millimeters tall. Our box here is 20 millimeters by 20 millimeters. So I'm going to click on one of the white squares. Then I'm going to click in these areas and enter in the sizes. So 50, 50, and I said no more than 40 millimeters tall. This is the maximum. You can make a smaller box if you wish. Now that we have our square out here, we're going to need a hole for the center of our box. Otherwise, we just have a solid cube. I'm going to bring a box hole shape out, and I'm going to resize it so I can have some walls around the inside of my box. So I'm going to resize it to be, I'm going to say 47 by 47. And I'm going to make it really tall though, because it doesn't matter how tall our hole is. I'm going to drag it in the center of my box. Instead of sitting here and trying to line it up and spending a lot of time trying to get it lined up, I'm going to drag and select both shapes, and I'm going to click on the Align button. If I align it, center it here and here, when I now look at my box from the side, everything should be centered in place. I don't want to center it here because then the box shape is centered really strangely, and we don't want that. Now, my problem is, okay, I'm going to go ahead and now group this, which is going to create a hole. The problem is, the way I selected it, I now have a hole in the bottom of my box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and ungroup it, and I'm going to take this inside hole and use this cone shape that's now red, and I'm going to lift it up, probably about 3 millimeters, 3 or 4. If I select them again, click group. Now if I look down from the top, I have a bottom to my box. Great. Now I need to get a lid that fits in there. So the inside of my box, the hole I used was 47 by 47 millimeters. However, if I make the lip of my lid that size, the way it's 3D printed, it won't fit in very well. So I'm going to actually make my inside lid lip be 46 by 46. Okay, I'm also going to make it a lot shorter. I'm going to make it about 3 millimeters tall. Okay, so now that piece should fit inside the box. But we don't want it to fall through, so we need to put the rest of the lid on, which, if we want the same size as the outside of the box, is going to be 50 by 50. And I'm going to make it about 4 millimeters tall. You can give or take some of those. Now, I've got the lid and the lip, and again, I could line it up. I could figure out a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to. I'm also going to raise the lid a little bit above the lip, because if not, it would be the same height. I'm going to look at it here. Okay, I've got my lip, I've got my lid. Go back to top view. Now I'm going to select the lid and the lip together, and I'm going to align them as well. That way I know everything's centered. Okay, now we have a lid that fits on top of our box. But according to the instructions, we're missing 2 more things. We need a handle on our lid, and we need text on our box. So let's go with the handle. The handle can be no more than 5 millimeters tall. Please do not use the ring. The ring does not print well as a handle. Neither does anything that sits down there with a tiny point, like if I turned this cone upside down and tried to make it a handle. It wouldn't work very well because of the way the 3D printing works. I'm actually going to use probably a half sphere. And I want to put it on top of my box. I could put it out there and use the cone to raise it up, or I could put a work plane right on the top. Now anything I put on there is going to be right on the top of the box. I'm going to pull this half sphere out. I'm going to set it there, and it should be right on my work plane. See, it's right on top of that. Perfect. Now let's see how tall it is, because I can have it only be 5 millimeters. So I'm going to click here, turn it into 5. Great. Now I've got something on the top of my box for the handle, and it's 5 millimeters, Everything's fine. Now to get rid of that extra work plane, I'm going to drag another work plane out to the blue line over here, which then vanishes my work plane. I'm going to select everything here, and I want to make sure my handle's in the center. So I'm going to align, use the align tools again. Group, there. Now we have a lid and we have a box. Lastly, we need some text on the box. Again, I could pull out some text and rotate it and put it on the side of the box, but I'm going to pull out the work plane again and I'm going to put it right here on the side. Now anything I pull out is going to stack right there. So I'm going to go into Tinkercad. I'm going to write text and numbers. I'm going to pull out text. Now do you see how it goes right on that work plane? Perfectly on the box. I'm going to have to make it some smaller, shrink it up. Do not go too small because the 3D printer isn't able to print really tiny text. And I think I'm going to say hello. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to go hello. Perfect. Enter. There's my text. It's on the side of the box. If I wanted it centered on the box, I could select the text, select the box. I could even align it here. Centered, centered, done. Now I can group that. Whoops, I don't want to group it with the lid. Let's group that. Boom. Now we have the box and the lid. I want to get rid of that work plane because it's going to drive me nuts there. Okay, let's put it back down to the blue line. There. We have a box, we have a lid. I'm also making sure the lid is moved pretty close to the box. That way the 3D printer can print your lid and box right next to each other. Lastly, before I export it to turn it in, I'm going to go up to the title. And I'm going to name it with my name and what color I want. Green. So I want my box to be green. I'm going to hit enter. There we go. And now I'm going to go export. I don't want to export the selected shape. Some of you might not look at this before you export .stl. I want everything in the design. .stl. Okay, when it's exported, then I can upload it into Google Classroom and turn it in. Once you do that, then you can move on to the next assignment in the classroom. Thank you very much.